Good morning. Thwaite and I want to talk to you this morning about biscuits, dog biscuits. He likes them. He eats them quite a lot, really. But are they a blessing? Are they a blessing to him, do you think? Well, perhaps they are, but there are other things in his life which are more important, like he's got a home which is safe, and he's got other food. So if you think about your own lives, you may say, well, I like ice cream. Ice cream is a blessing to me. But then I might say, well, what if you didn't have anything but ice cream? You just had ice cream all day long, for every meal, nothing else. No meat, no vegetables, no cabbage, no breakfast cereals, just ice cream. And you might get fed up with it. You might get really sick of it. And what's more, you might get rather fat and ill. So if I asked you then, is your ice cream a blessing? You might say, well, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. Now this chap here, Thwaite likes a biscuit, don't you? There he goes. And if I keep on giving biscuits to him, he'll keep chewing them like that. But eventually he'll say, no more, thank you. I'm full up now. But not all dogs would do that. This one would. And if you go out for the day and you come back, and Thwaite's been in the house all day, he is so pleased to see you. He thinks it's a really big blessing when people come back. Now, as humans, as people, we have all sorts of blessings. We have the blessings which God gave us, like the world, like our own life, like our families and our friends. These are really important blessings. And Thwaite, as a dog, he has a sense of these too, to some extent. But then there are blessings which people invent. And in the Bible, we had the story not so long ago of Esau. And Esau was the eldest son in his family, and his father Isaac wanted to give him a blessing. Now Esau was an outdoor chap. He worked on the farm. He was a big, strong man, and he had hairy arms. A bit like Thwaite, he's got hairy arms. Can you see him? Whereas Jacob was an indoor chap, and he had smooth arms, like I have. So what Jacob did was he dressed himself up as Esau. And he deceived his father, and he got the blessing in that way. And the blessing stuck. And Jacob stole his brother's birthright, the blessing, and off he went. But eventually he had to be reconciled. So all blessings come ultimately from God. We have sort of trivial ideas of blessings, really, when we think of things like ice cream. Or a grown-up person might think of a new car or a motorbike, something I really want, or a lovely holiday somewhere. And they may think this is the most important thing in their life, but it's not really. And they may think that it's a blessing that makes everything else tolerable. Well, that might be the case. But we should never lose sight of the fact that the biggest blessings are perhaps the ones that we take for granted quite often, like our whole life, like the fact we exist, like the fact that we have this amazing world available to us for us to live in, and for the people we love, our families and our friends, and for God with us to help us through life and show us what is important and what is not so important.